Yeah. So they tell you, let's see here.
Alenka?
So they tell you a little bit of information. They tell you, the first thing that they tell you is anyone who attempts to leave the land of Barovia will begin to choke on the fog. Those who don't turn back and perish. And the first Vistani that you were talking to, she says, that includes you, sister. You are a marked one. And she holds up her fingers in like a devil horn type and spits between her fingers.
Yep.
Wait, I have something that I think can undo a curse. If I just got cursed. Hold on, let me look and see.
No, you didn't get cursed. You know that whenever they speak of anything dealing with Strahd, Barovians and Vistani will often do that. Many strangers have been drawn to Barovia over the years, but they all die or disappear before long. Wolves, direwolves, and werewolves prowl the Svalak woods, and hungry bats fill the skies at night. The village of Barovia sits at the east end of this valley. Its burgomaster is named Kolian Indirovich. The town of Valaki lies in the heart of the valley. And there's a fortified village named Krest that lies at for some, it is the only reason to keep living. Barovian taverns get their wine from the Wizard of Wine winery near Krest. And he tells you that a mad wizard of great power haunts the foothills of Mount Barrow. So, that's what you've missed.
Not much. You just missed like a lot of things, but not that much.
So, yeah, sitting on the table with Rogar is a pitcher of wine. He's probably just not even bothering with the glass. He's just drinking straight from the pitcher.
Straight from the pitcher.
You stated the ladies were rolling dice.
Can we?
Yes, the three Vistani women were sitting there rolling bone dice and playing a game.
Let's just come and steal their dice.
And yeah, the Vistani keep telling Maisel that her and her friends really should go.
I think they're trying to trick us.
In the townhouse. So Helga.
Yes.
So yeah, the woman, you finally are able to get out of the crying woman that her name is Mary. And
What's your daughter's name?
her daughter's name is Gertruda.
Don't worry, she can change her name. You don't have to cry anymore. Okay.
And she goes on and on about how Gertruda is a true beauty. And that's what attracted the devil Strahd to her.
Okay.
And she is holding this malformed stuffed doll that is wearing a sackcloth dress. And you notice that Blinsky.
What does that mean? I could ask, I suppose. Oh wait, I finally got out, you said.
Yeah.
Right?
Do what?
I finally got out.
She tells you that Blinsky is a toy maker that lives in the town of Valaki.
Oh, okay. I see. Fine.
Purchased her a doll.
That's sweet. We'll get her back to
Do
you.
you think it's worth much?
No.
Calwyn Make a perception check.
I apparently saw nothing. I got a 5.
Wow. So
Yeah.
you notice, you got, so you could see out that door pretty easily, and across the street at Bildreth's Mercantile, you see that a young man of massive size, 40 pounds, and most of that weight would wear, and you can see the muscles bulging. And when he turned, he is, how to put this kindly, slow of mind. Like you expect there to be like a midget riding on his shoulders, asking who Master of Botetown is.
Just call him an exceptional individual. That's what we'll do.
Yes. Definitely has orangutan strength.
I'll run over to Maisel and kind of tug at her hand as she's talking to the ladies and say, "There's a big guy across the street. Could you find out about him?"
Are we done solving lady yet? Okay.
So
After we solve the story, I'm gonna go
So what's
get
number one on the wait, hold on.
So we could say anything we want about him.
Yeah, maybe.
okay,
Grab me some too, please.
email it to him.
Don't worry, Raj.
So the Vistani tell Maisel that that is Bildreth's Mercantile. It's owned by a man named Bildreth Cantemir, and his son. Stock around the house, but Periwinkle isn't his real name. That's just what everybody calls him. His real name is Parpol Cantemir, and he's simple-minded.
Simple-minded.
They do warn you. They're like, well, if you need to buy anything at Bildreth's Mercantile, don't bother trying to haggle on price. He won't budge.
Okay, then let's just.
Oh, 22, yeah. So, and 22 is usually the standard.
We'll tell our Dragonborn friend our background and how we got grouped up with the party that we just kind of formed, and
I think by
now we're stuck here, and we'll invite him to join us because we're trying to find our way out. Also, we're not sure what's going on. If he wants to come meet up with our friends and help us, we can mutually help each other try to figure out what's going on and get out of here.
Okay. So yeah, they extend their offer to join to you. 15. That's pretty good. So you, Rogar, out of the corner of your eye outside, you see. Well, first you hear it, and what you hear is the sound of a creaky wheel hobbling over cobblestones. And you look out to see where the sound is coming from, and you see a old woman pushing a wheel cart that has a tarp over it. And this old woman, she's walking really slow, and you see her go up to one of the boarded up houses in town. And she knocks on the door, and she gets no answer. She goes to the house next door, gets no answer. But the third house, she knocks on the door, and the door creaks open. And you see her reach into the tarp and pull something out from the hand cart. And she holds it up in front of the man who's standing at the door. And the man starts to cry. And she holds it up, and the man pulls out a 7-year-old boy. and pleads with her to please not take his son, and the woman hands him the pot of what looks like a pie, and snatches the boy from him, puts a canvas bag over him, ties it, and throws him into her cart, and starts to wheel off down the street.
Wow. That is evil.
I just want to see this go down.
And you see the man with the pie, he just digs in with 2 hands and eats it, and just lets out a relaxing.
And somehow break one of the wagon wheels, just so that it
Can
stops.
we just knock over the
Is her name
wheelbarrow?
I'm gonna walk into the dude's house. I'm just gonna kick the door down.
That was
Wait,
And then I'm gonna take his pie.
I want
Okay.
that pie.
So, Calvin,
Wait,
make a stealth check.
oh, would we hear the pleading?
No, you guys are in another house.
Okay. We still can't hear over the woman
I roll a 12.
sobbing. Shouting too.
I think Strahd was attracted to
In Barovia, they have a different standard of beauty.
Strahd really liked her personality.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe not much for her name though.
Yeah, Gertruda. Ooh.
Oh man, now I'm gonna have to play Gertruda like she's Fat Amy from
Oh, I
Pitch
know.
Perfect. Nailed it.
Thank
Never
you
saw that movie.
for
It's
reminding me
pretty
about that
funny,
movie.
actually.
I've seen that series. It's pretty good.
On your 12 is a dismal failure against the old woman. And she turns and looks directly at Calvin and asks you, can I help you?
Can I help you?
Yes, I look at her in the eye and I say, "What are you doing with the boy?"
So she says, oh, nothing. I just needed some help around my house.
We put the help inside of a bag.
Well, you know, young people these days, they don't know how to do a good, honest day's work.
Then why stuff them in a bag?
Wow.
Teaches discipline.
She destroyed him with facts and logic just now.
Where are you taking
I
him?
was gonna say that.
Well, that's how my dad used to get me to mow the lawn. She reaches over and undoes the burlap sack that the boy is stuffed in and lets him loose. And
He's awful.
she tells you, she says, you should beware. And she when she says that, she addresses you by name. She says, you should beware, young Calvin.
Hold
Strahd
on.
has mastery of the land and the weather, and his spies include the Vistani. There's a Vistani camp to the west on the shores of the Tessir Pool, and another on the outskirts of the town of Valaki. Beware of undead enemies in Barovia, namely the fallen knights of the Order of the Silver Dragon. These revenants can be found in a ruined mansion west of Valaki, and Strahd's most carefully guarded secret is a temple of forbidden lore. The temple can be reached by following the...
There we go.
You kick open the door, and you see that the man who was eating the pie, he has leaned against the wall and slid down, and is just this little cottage is a single room affair, and there's a bed, and when you enter the cottage, you can smell the stench of death, and you see that his wife has been laying in their bed for probably about 2 weeks.
So while he's slumped over on the floor,
Well, you gotta make sure he's dead before you
I
bury him.
reach down and grab him by
Take
his
your pulse.
shirt, give him
A good slap.
good one of those.
You give him a good slap, and he goes, sorry.
And then I
How
drop
can I help you?
the hell's in that pie.
Oh, they're Morgantha's dream pies. They make living in Morovia a bit easier.
Huh. What'd you plan to do about the little corpse over here?
I'll clean that up tomorrow.
Yeah, you've been saying that now for what smells like 2 weeks.
He's just diabetic. His sugar's about 280.
It's from eating too many pies.
I walk over to the bed, or wherever it is. The corpse is on the bed.
Yeah, the corpse is laying in the bed.
So I go over to the
Like
bed.
she at this point she's gray and bloated, and
Oh, yes.
I go over to the bed.
a little bit maggoty.
I pull out my fire starting kit.
That's in your chest.
I light the bed on fire.
Oh shit. Okay. Oh wow. Okay. So
And then I turn and look at the guy and say, "You haven't cleaned this up in 2 weeks, so I will."
okay.
And then I take what remains of the pie. Is there anybody who specializes in the group in poisons or anything?
You probably would want to talk to Calwin and Cheese Sim about that.
I'm immune to poison if you need somebody to get.
Okay. And before I go, I ask the guy, "Why is your son taken? Did you trade him for one of these
Asking me about
pies?"
what?
That is the cost of the dream pies from Morgantha.
You're an idiot. I walk out.
He says, please, before you go, please return my son to me. You will find him in Morgantha at the old bone grinder, the windmill.
Wait, what? Ask me about what again?
He wants to ask you about the pie.
Oh, okay.
So, all right, I walk out.
Okay.
We now own
And I
the
go find the creepy witch lady with the cart.
So, Calwin, so this old woman, Morgantha, gives you this information and addressed you by name, having never met you before, and gives you this information, and she says, beware, young Calwin, we will probably meet again, and turns and starts to walk her cart down the street.
Well, I'm just gonna leave you with the crying woman and sit outside the house waiting for you, since there's nothing worth of value in that house, and I don't like crying.
So yeah, Mary begs you to try and find her daughter Gertrude.
Well, I never said that I wasn't gonna do it.
I will.
Okay. So where do you two go from here?
I gotta go tell the group about Gertruda.
I guess trying to find bits and pieces of where people are.
We have a quest, is what I'll say.
The
Not
only lawful
again.
good player in the entire group.
Will this quest get us
We
stuck?
have to do good.
Will this quest get us stuck
I
in
know
another
last
haunted
time.
mansion?
I know last time we asked for help. It turned out they were dead. And
So-
evil, but this time I have a good feeling about it.
The dour Barovian gets up and steps out of the tavern and meets up with you guys as you all meet up in the town square and trade information about what has just transpired. And he comes out and he says, "Excuse me, are you adventurers?
Yes.
What
Why-
does it look like?
My name is Ismark. People around here call me Ismark the I was wondering if you may help me.
With what?
My sister, Ireena, has been bit twice by the devil Strahd. I fear for her safety and that of our family. I would ask you to help me take her, hopefully to the Abbey of Saint Markovia in the town of Kresk. But if we can't make it that far, at least to the town of Valaki to get her out from under the shadow of the devil Strahd.
We have to have a democratic vote. Figure out who we're gonna help first. But you're definitely on the list.
I feel like she should be first since she's actually
We've got a
been.
list of priorities of people that we have to save here.
Yeah.
He says, "Here, come Come with me. I take you to my father's mansion.
Is this one haunted?
I mean, it's Barovia, so.
Relatively unhaunted. Mostly unhaunted.
Is it gonna try to kill us?
And he leads you south down the south road from the square, and at the end of this road, you can see a large Baroque mansion. A weary-looking mansion squats behind a rusting iron fence. The iron gates are twisted and torn. The right gate lays cast aside while the left swings lazily in the wind. The stuttering squeal and clang of the gate repeats with mindless precision. Weeds choke the grounds and press with menace against the house itself. Yet against the walls, the growth has been tramped down to create a path all about the domain. Heavy claw markings have stripped the once beautiful finish off the walls of the house. Great black marks tell of fires that have assailed the mansion. Not a pane nor a shard of glass stands in any window. All the windows are barred with planks, each one marked with the stains of evil omen. He gets to the door and he knocks, and you can tell that it's some kind of signal knock. And the door opens, and you see a beautiful young woman wearing half-plate armor. And she opens the door and lets you all in. The interior of the mansion is well furnished, yet the fixtures show signs of great wear. Noticeable oddities are the boarded up windows and the presence of holy symbols in every room. The Burgermeister is in a side drawing room on the floor, laying in a simple wooden coffin surrounded by wilting flowers and the faint odor of decay.
Why do all these people keep dead bodies in their house?
It's really hard to dig.
Hopefully, it looks like home.
Have I rejoined the group yet?
Yes.
Okay.
So, Ismark introduces the young woman in half-plate armor as Ireena Koliana, his sister. She has been bitten twice by the devil Strahd. The villagers here are afraid of her and will avoid her. They refuse to help. Ireena is, and he has asked you to help him get her sequestered away in the Abbey of Saint Markovia in Crest. Or barring that, at least get her to the village of Valaki. But she refuses to leave. She refuses to leave until her father, the Burgermeister, is buried at the church at the north end of town. Or, reanimate them.
Alright, I'll bury another person.
And she tells you that the reason why her father is still here is nobody's been able to help her get him to the church, for one, and two, that every night the mansion is assailed by Strahd's armies in an attempt.
Possibly gonna get us killed.
I think we can, as a group, we can get this body. I'm alright with that. I'll do it if somebody else wants to help, I guess. Yeah.
I would rest on top of this.
Everyone deserves a burial.
They offer you, and
I'll take some.
she tells you a little bit. They tell you a little bit about Ireena, and clearly she appears to be mild and meek, but is clearly a strong-willed woman. And you learn that she doesn't remember anything about her early past. She doesn't know how she came to Barovia or where she came from. And moreover, her encounters with Strahd are nothing but fuzzy memories thanks to his vampiric charm. But she remembers recalling the blazing hunger in his eyes each time they met.
Like, they're not supposed to look at vampires in their eyes.
And she tells you that wolves and other terrible creatures attack the house night after night for weeks. Her father's poor heart couldn't stand the constant assault, and he died 3 days ago. Strangely, since his death, the house has not come under attack. The village is brave enough to help Ismark take Kolian Indirovich to the cemetery for a proper burial. And she begs you to please see her father's body safely to Donovich, the local priest at the church and cemetery, and she refuses to go anywhere other than the church until that is done.
Can we force feed her the pie?
No.
I mean, Mike is totally willing to just pick up this dead guy and walk him to the church.
Okay.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Dead guy ain't that.
It's weekend at Barovia.
Exactly. It'll be fine. Nobody will question it.
Okay, give me just a moment and we will
I
continue
think I
on.
saw something shiny and got distracted for a minute. It seems like we have 3 things happening right now, and I just want to make sure I understand. We've got the weeping lady in the house with the missing daughter.
Correct.
We've got take someone to an abbey but bury dad first.
Correct.
And then we have the lady pushing edibles and kidnapping children.
Correct.
You mean the street?
Okay, did I miss any of the 3
Yeah.
choices to pursue?
The old lady who's supplementing her social security income by selling drug-laden ties and kidnapping children.
Yeah. Street.
Children, sure. As you do.
I
I will
want
be
to talk to a
right
estate
back.
agent. I'm looking to rent a house.
Well, we already have a windmill and a house.
You can open a B&B.
Yeah,
We have the
that's the plan.
2D. We got the Bone Crusher windmill. That'd be a really good name for a windmill.
The Bone Crusher.
Bone Crusher.
I like it.
Why'd you call it that? I don't know. It just sounded ominous.
Because I put bones in it and it crushed them, that's why.
It's where we make flour. Question.
It's high in calcium.
Well, what do we want to start first? What looks to be the simple one that's bound to be the hardest, or what looks to be the hardest that is bound to be the simple one?
Or what seems to be the most evil thing that we're taking care of? Like, we got options.
Which one gives us the most gold?
Well, it sounds like the furnishings in the house where we need to bury Dad are the nicest. I feel like they've got the most money. And if we bury Dad and then take the daughter to the Abbey, then we can come back and take all their stuff.
We can,
I'll take stuff.
Adrian, you get 3 booster packs. So which one do you want to sort it? Do you want them all?
away.
No.
Okay, we'll take 3 of
Well,
them.
it's like, yeah, take her to the Abbey. Oh, it's only a month's walk from here.
Exactly. That's the same thing. And I still need to go get my fortune read by Madame Ava. But that can wait.
I think the body for burial seems the most direct start. Get that checked off the list, but that's often deceptive as well.
There's 3
Well, we
different
could go
spots.
take out
the party.
We could go take out the lady and bury 2 bodies at once.
It won't fix the problems, though.
Drug pies is going to be the most complicated.
Yeah, she seems pretty tied in with Strahd or something along those lines.
Right. She's middle management of whatever's happening.
Especially she be knowing people's names. Like, that's a little
Yeah.
creepy.
Yeah. So,
Calvin goes up to Pepperell and says, "You'd like that lady."
She sounds nice.
nice.
I was kept in a burlap sack for a while. It's not that bad.
Well, yeah, I vote big, yeah.
You'd have to have a really big sack to put Mike into.
Yeah.
But I would make a lot of pies, let me tell you.
My vote's for the creepy lady. She knew my name, but she doesn't know. Called me Nix.
Yeah, she was proper. She didn't call you by your nickname.
Chris, how far is the Abbey from where the house is?
Far to the west. It's on the other side of this veil.
Like, did the girl tell us like how many day walk or anything along those lines?
I got some.
It's probably a good week's journey to the Abbey of Markovia.
Subcraft.
Yeah, wait for another adventuring party. Hey, we'd like to hire you.
Form a rage party.
Yes. A raid party. That's my Saturday night games. Often have 9 players. So it's like, it's not a big deal to split the party. It's like, so what?
You talking about us?
Yeah. Yeah. And half the time they kill each other. I don't even have to let the monsters.
No. We kill one guy.
Yeah,
It's always me.
Yeah.
Options are like a week away to an abbey, somewhere to a castle, or like follow crazy
This
pie
game, you
lady.
get pickpocketed a lot.
So
I got
really,
nothing to
the
take.
first, the first item of priority would be to bury the Burgermeister. Yeah, Ireena is adamant that her father needs to be buried.
Well, does he have to be buried in the cemetery over there, or can he be buried in the backyard?
Can't we just
No,
reanimate him?
she because the wolves and creatures have attacked the house so frequently, she doesn't want him buried on the grounds. She wants him buried in hallowed ground.
Too bad we don't have a priest here.
I think Hallow's like a 6th level spell or something, so
Where
to
would
fabricate hallowed ground
Put
would
his
be
ashes there.
challenging.
Is that the
We
same?
should go to the Mercantile and see if they have a scroll of
No,
Hallow.
she wants him buried.
Let's do it.
Barovians are
What's the
old school.
problem? We buried lots of bodies.
You buried a body.
I buried.
Nobody has levels in cleric that can sanctify the grounds.
Not that high.
That's 5th level spell, so you gotta be probably 8th.
Damn.
You mean our 3rd level characters don't have access to that?
Unlikely.
So I'll strap.
Well, we just won't tell her
her
that.
back and start.
You're gonna carry the whole
Sanctify
coffin
it,
yourself.
fine.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
If somebody wants
Does
to
anybody
help
have
her,
any
I'll
holy
get on
water?
top of the coffin.
Everybody else is just arguing.
So you guys, so Helga loads the coffin and corpse on her back and starts head north towards the church.
Hey, is that coffin moving on its own?
Now, as you get closer to the church, you note that
Well, at least we got you to lead us.
there's a fence of wrought iron with a rusty gate that encloses a rectangular plot of land behind the dilapidated church. Tightly packed gravestones shrouded by fog bear the names of souls long past. All seems quiet, until suddenly an eerie green light suffuses the graveyard. From this light emerges a ghostly procession. Wavering images of dowdy women toting great swords, wood-wise men with slender bows, dwarves with glittering axes, and archaically dressed mages with beards and strange pointy hats. All these and more march forth from the graveyard, their numbers growing by the second.
Is there something that you guys wanted?
They march from the house straight down the street, right through you, and ignore you completely. And you see them march up the road towards the castle. This long like mile-long procession of hundreds and hundreds of these eerie green ghostly figures. They go to the top of the road, enter Castle Ravenloft, and they disappear from view for a moment, and then you see them emerge from a tower far atop the castle and throw themselves off the cliff.
Are you sure you want to bury your father here?
He's going to go on a ride. And after a few moments, once they've all thrown themselves from the tower and off the cliff.
That was unfortunate.
Do ghosts fall?
Well, these ghosts do.
Okay.
Atop a slight rise against the roots of the pillar stone that supports Castle Ravenloft stands a gray, sagging edifice of stone and wood. This church has obviously weathered the assaults of evil for centuries on end and is worn and weary. A bell tower rises toward the back, and flickering light shines through the holes in the shingled roof. The rafters strain feebly against the load. The heavy wooden doors of the church are covered in claw marks and scarred by fire.
I'm gonna ask her if she's sure that she wants to bury her father here.
She's
Yeah,
insistent.
the same stuff as here as was there.
We got a knock on the door.
Dire wolves, stuff like that are outside the church too.
Okay, so we gotta ask the priest.
I've got a dragonborn frame.
Burial.
Oh, sweet.
It's actually the one you usually use. Actually,
Oh, yeah, just different colors.
yeah, just different colors.
You know, I could just go out to my car and grab mine.
Yeah, it's okay. Man, these are tough doors.
I'm using my other dragonborn mini. The other one I finally found. It's on my table.
Yeah, I really want an energy drink, but I don't want a cherry nos.
Yeah, they are a little bit like carbonated,
I don't mind.
carbonated cough syrup.
Yeah, that's it.
Just like white tea.
Carbonated cough syrup. That's disgusting.
Yes.
I remember when I was in Afghanistan, me and a few other guys drinking Robitussin, trying to get.
Oh fuck. Wow.
Yeah, it was horrible. We tried to make it taste better by mixing it with Tang. It did not.
Robitussin and Tang. That's as bad as Jeff and I had the idea one time out on the island because we ran out of mixers. We had considered mixing scotch both with Gatorade and ranch dressing.
If you don't do anything stupid, don't get random.
We settled on just drinking it
And
straight.
none of us tried to ranch dressing.
I think I was actually dumb enough to try it. I can't recommend it. After that, everything kind of gets fuzzy.
Tang doesn't mix into Robitussin, it remains chunky.
Ugh, gross.
I don't know why I'm not grossed out by cough syrup, but I'm like totally fine with this conversation. I can watch surgery to eat though, so I'm weird.
Yeah. Vicks Formula 44 at least isn't that bad because it gives you that minty Vicks taste in the back of your throat, so it kind of covers up that shit. But
Are you talking about the green one? I hate the green one.
That's
Well,
the
the-
green one is
that's the green-
Robitussin.
yeah, the Robitussin though, it's just it's a lot better when you get Robitussin with codeine.
This is true.
After 2 shots of it, you don't care anymore.
This is true.
So you open the doors to reveal a 10-foot wide, 20-foot hall or 20-foot long hall leading to a brightly lit chapel. The hall is unlit and reeks of mildew. 4 doors, 2 on each side of the hall, lead to adjacent chambers. You can see that the chapel is strewn with debris, and you hear a soft voice from within reciting a prayer. Suddenly the prayer is blotted out by an inhuman scream that rises from beneath the wooden floor.
Wow. Under the floor.
When she coughed it up, it kind of.
The scream comes out, and you see that there's a priest on the other side of the altar, and He's
and then it came up.
sitting there
Like,
just
did it flash?
praying over and over, speaking in a ancient dialect. Helga, make a religion check, and you can make it with advantage.
Can you speak something that isn't ancient, please?
18.
I'm gonna go pee real quick.
You recognize that the prayer that he's speaking is you recognize that the language is a holy language, and the prayer is very similar. Maybe altered in but a few ways, is very similar to some prayers to Lathander.
Oh, cool.
And on the wall above the altar is a large copper disc shaped like the sun.
Oh, that's Lathander for you. Sweet. Are there stairs to go down?
You don't see any stairs leading down. There are 2 doors on either side of the hall, and then it leads into the chapel. And on Twitch, there is a dungeon set up for the chapel.
Well, how can I rush, like, the action?
Is there anything worth value in here?
Not much.
Yeah. What do these people do with their valuables?
I gotta
So-
set the corpse down and then rush in and try and save the priest, figure out where they... Wait, I thought the priest was,
He's chanting.
oh, he's chanting and
He's
then
praying.
there's screams underneath. I could help pray because we're praying to the same fella.
What are the rest of you doing?
I'm just gonna follow her and watch them pray and trying to figure out what they're doing.
Okay.
I'm very confused.
What is Maisel doing?
They're speaking a language.
Maisel's AFK. I'd like to go up to the priest and ask him what that beautiful crying sound is.
I'll go with him to go see the priest.
Okay.
We're all just gonna bug this
I'm
poor
gonna check the
priest.
doors just to see if they're locked or not.
So they are not locked. So you have 2 doors. There are 2 doors on the east side and 2 doors on the west side.
I'd like to quietly check the first one to my right.
Okay.
Quietly.
Time and neglect have punched holes in the ceiling of this moldy room, which contains a few broken roof shingles amid puddles of water. In one corner, set into the floor, is a heavy wooden trap door held shut with a chain and padlock. A young man's screams of anguish can be heard through the floor.
I will use my my thieves' tools and try and pick the lock.
Okay. Go ahead and make your lockpick check,
I can go over there and give
and we
him
will,
an assist.
and then we will get back to you in but a moment.
I can go over and
Sounds good.
assist him
Which
with
one is a
that.
lockpick check?
Okay, so Chi Sim is going to come over and help you with that, and that means you get advantage on your roll.
I think it's a sleight of hand check with double your proficiency if you have proficiency with thief tools.
Proficiency,
No.
but isn't it like dexterity? Or
It's
something?
dexterity. It's your dexterity modifier plus double your proficiency bonus if you have expertise.
All right, go ahead.
So, the rest of you that go into the chapel is in shambles with overturned and broken pews littering the dusty floor. Dozens of candles mounted in candlesticks and candelabras light every dusty corner in a fervent attempt to rid the chapel of any shadows. At the far end of the church sits a claw-scarred altar, behind which kneels a priest in soiled vestments. Next to him hangs a long, thick rope that stretches up into the bell tower. From beneath the chapel floor, you hear a young man's voice cry out, "Father, I'm starving!"
Well, what's that about?
People must really hate shadows.
Why do people not feed their children?
Well, it's like being on an airplane. You got to take care of yourself before you take care of others.
It seems like
So-
all the children around here aren't safe at all. They either starve to death or get kidnapped.
So, Calwin, what did you get for your lockpick check?
I got a 21 plus 4 for the proficiency, so 25.
Nice. So yeah, you picked the lock, and the trap door is swollen and stuck in its frame. Go ahead and make a strength check.
I can also help
You
You
with
want to help with
that.
that? So
Before I
make it
do
an
that, I'm actually
advantage.
Yeah, if it's alright, I'm gonna go and grab a larger person, because I have 0 strength.
I have a
So-
I have
So who do you
Oh wait, I have
who
a
do you
crowbar.
want to grab?
I have a crowbar.
Whoever's not up talking to the priest, so like Maisel probably. Whoever's at the back of the party, just kind of like tap on their shoulder and,
I'll go.
hey, come here.
So you can grab Maisel and Rogar. Rogar, go ahead and make a strength check.
I'll give you a crowbar.
I was gonna say, you should probably have Rogar do it, because I'm -1.
that's,
Yeah, that's where I'm
that's
at,
what I
too.
figure. I mean, he's like a 6'8" dragonborn. He probably has it.
I rolled a 13.
Okay. So Rogar
With
reaches over and
with both of us having -1s, we'd have a -2.
So Rogar goes over and tugs on the door, and it pops open. As soon as it pops open, the screaming from below stops.
Thank you.
Eh.
And you see a ladder that goes down into the undercroft.
I go down the ladder.
I wanna,
I'll follow behind.
Okay.
Like, yeah, we should still down there and just check it out.
I wanna ask the priest if he can bless my weapon to do more damage to evil stuff.
I got a +3 versus evil stuff. Is anybody else following Rogar and Chisim down the ladder?
I know the he said
Yeah, I'll go on with the group. I'm
Okay.
interested in screaming people.
the rogue said he
Basement screaming people are my favorite.
The rogue just said he would
I mean,
kind of
it's
stealth
more
around.
a question of who else knows that we're down here,
Not
and if
me.
we tap on other people's shoulders, because some people were up talking to the priest while this is happening.
Right.
The looks
Yeah,
of it,
let's keep talking to the
don't want
priest and see if I
anybody
can
to
keep
know
him
that we're
distracted while you guys do what you're doing.
We don't,
Maisel, are you going down the stairs?
especially the priest.
Sure.
Okay.
Yes.
Before they go down, I'd say be quiet.
I would not approve of picking a lock in here.
If you guys need help, just scream out in a bloody shriek.
Can do.
Blend in.
well, how will you be able to tell the difference between us and everybody else that's down here screaming in a blood?
The church's undercroft has rough-hewn walls and a floor made of damp clay and earth. Rotting wooden pillars strain under the weight of the wooden ceiling. Candlelight from the chapel above slips through the cracks, allowing you to glimpse a gaunt shape in the far corner.
Only give me the good ones, please. Only the good ones? Yes, only the good ones. Fine. You'll stupid asking, but here's a good one.
I'm not there, so somebody's gonna have to be roll of initiative.
Yeah, that's why I specified. I was like, oh shoot, I should have pointed that out.
I will go.
As you approach Rogar, the gaunt shape is clutching his hair, and he's like hunched over in the corner. And he turns and he hisses at you. I can smell your blood.
Oh, great. Tell me if you can smell yours. I pull out my sword.
He turns and you see this gaunt young man. He looks like he hasn't eaten in days. His skin is pale white.
How long have you been down here?
And he says, "Stay back. My name is Doru. I am Donovich's son." Make a perception. Everybody that's down in the undercroft, make a perception check.
Perception.
soft 20.
22.
Nice.
14.
Okay.
10 for Pep.
Getting everything updated for
10
your
for
next
Calvin.
session.
Calvin, what'd you get?
Say again.
What did you get for perception?
10.
Okay. Upstairs in the chapel, Mike, Karis the Third, and Helga, Donovich turns to you and says, and he can see movement through the shadows, through the cracks in the floorboards. And he says, "Please don't kill my son."
Wait, can we hear that from down here?
Muffled, but he says, about a month ago, my son Doru, he was enamored with a wizard who came to Barovia and promised to rid the land of the devil Strahd. I begged him not to, but he joined this wizard's army of peasants, and they stormed Castle Ravenloft. And then I didn't hear from my son for several days, and I feared the worst. I was joyous when my son was returned to me when he came back to town. But the devil Strahd had turned my son Doru into a vampire spawn. I've locked him in the basement, trying to pray and hope for a way to reverse his terrible curse.
Is there any way to... Would any of us know if there's a way to help this guy?
We can maybe get like a dead animal. Or
some silver.
we have like...
You don't know of any way, there's no real cure for vampirism.
Oh, I was talking about killing him.
Well, decapitation works. And
Okay.
Steak.
So we need to
I will
help
tell
him
that
try
to the
accept-
priest. Because my family deals with vampirism, that's my lineage, so I'll tell him, like, I know about vampires, you're not saving your son.
The only way that you could really think of to save him would be to kill him and then somehow cast resurrection.
Okay. And we don't have that.
Oh, shit. I'd do it.
At third
Ask
level?
the priest if he knows how to resurrect.
Resurrection.
Yeah.
I gotta
I think you guys have a scroll of resurrection.
We can use that if we wanted.
Do we?
Somebody had a scroll of resurrection. Take a look. I mean, if you wanted to burn that.
I mean,
To do good in the world.
I'd say no.
To help this priest, she might help us in turn. Or not, either way.
Let's see, the Herpers.
It sounds like we stormed the castle,
Oh, maybe
we're
not.
gonna need that ourselves.
I
The
have
Harpers
a
gave you guys
Does that work?
a... No.
So I haven't really got.
I mean, we could take the kid, put him in a sack, give him to the old lady.
I tricked you.
I love it. I like that plan.
But they're all
That's
down
my new
there.
favorite
Let
place.
me double check something.
I just have to help him accept his son's death, like while he hears him getting murdered downstairs. That's really,
I have to help him accept his son's death while he gets to hear him being murdered.
yeah.
wait, since there's muffling, I'm just gonna say what?
There's no way for us to save this guy, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, no, I mean, even a remove curse wouldn't work because, so vampirism's really, I mean, yeah, it is a curse, but it's insidious because you die. And so a remove curse spell isn't going to work on an undead.
Could I appeal to him as like a Lathander follower, perhaps? Try
So-
and help him understand that this is like evil.
So he tells you, he's a little confused by the name Lathander. Has two gods. There is the Morning Lord, which you know from ancient texts can refer to Lathander, has been equally used to refer to Lathander most commonly, but also to Aminator. And then the other god in Barovia is Mother Night, which you know is a ancient nomenclature for Shar, who is the evil goddess of night. Those are the only two gods known in Barovia.
Alright. But is there any way I could try and talk some sense into him about like starving them is not gonna fix this, like at all.
It's gonna make it worse.
Go ahead and make
if
a
anything.
persuasion check.
Okay, I got 15.
He drops to his knees and begins sobbing.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in the undercroft, so Rogar, you draw your sword.
I am also going to draw my
I'll hug it out with the guy upstairs,
silver rapier.
even though he's smelly.
Okay.
I hope
Okay,
that
so the
everybody
plan is
knows.
we're killing him and bringing him back to life?
Well,
They're killing
kill him.
anyway.
I don't think anybody has the ability to resurrect.
Oh,
too poor
alright,
and
well,
low
I guess
level.
he's just gonna die.
Yeah,
Alright.
he's evil now, so
All right, everybody roll initiative.
except for me, right?
No, everybody.
Okay.
We're gonna put everybody in the stack.
Before
Hey, should the priest
before
should
we
the
roll
priest roll too?
initiative, I'm gonna use Thaumaturgy
Okay.
and shake make the small quake and get all puffy and tell the priest this is happening.
That's
Going
funny.
down.
Well, I'm not doing anything for a while.
Yeah, I see that, Carrie, but I don't allow characters to be
Activity, you can't go in daylight, you can't fucking do all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
Get invited into the party.
It's a pain in the ass.
No garlic on noodles.
Chisin, what'd you get for your initiative?
A whole whopping 3.
Wow.
And
And
during the daylight, you would just like die at some random point in your journey.
I think that's the same way in Elder Scrolls Online, that if you try to fast travel during daytime.
It was like for real. Yeah.
Rogar, what'd you get? Mike, what'd you get? And Carrie's the third.
22.
Wow.
Rolling good up in here.
Pepperell Doohickey.
13.
Like it, sir.
Yeah, we can see down through the cracks. There's stuff
Maisel.
going on.
Very good.
They can't see up, but we see down.
Hazel got a 21.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. 21.
21.
His son's a vampire under
And Calvin.
I'm supposed to have one.
Kelvin got a natural 20 for a 23.
So, Calvin, you see Doru in the corner turn around, and
Very smart.
at this point, you guys now. I made you the halfling.
A half elf.
Oh, you're a half elf? Yeah, let me get you something more half elfy.
I think Rogar also got a nat 20 for 20.
So, Calman, what would you like to do?
Okay, I'd like to move into the corner and get a good shot with the silver bolt from my crossbow.
Okay, hold on just a moment here.
So many cool abilities with this new like corrupted character.
Okay, is it 13?
Type of bird, like
Hold on here.
did an attack dive against my cat, and they both ran him off. It was really
Chase off a blue jay.
that's cool. I love hummingbirds. They look like they're floating. Cute.
Okay, so you got a 13. That is a miss. So,
Okay.
alright. Is there anything you want to do with a bonus action or movement?
Bonus action, I will just stealth
Okay.
to try and make myself not obvious.
Okay.
We live by the woods.
I got a 26 on the stealth.
Okay, so if you're
I'm a lot better at
stealthing,
stealthing than I am at hitting things.
you probably go to the back of the group and are hiding under the ladder.
Sounds good.
So, Mike, upstairs, as soon as the fighting downstairs starts, you see that Donovan, or Donovich, wants to get up stairs to try to save his son. What do you do?
You gotta hold them
Grab
back.
him so we can't.
Okay, go ahead and make we'll call that a grapple. Go ahead and make a strength check, which you'll probably succeed because he's a fat priest.
If he does get down there, I can just try to intimidate him.
We gotta have him do the burial for what's her face.
But I feel like intimidation might be better since he's not that bad, but yeah.
So what'd you get, Mike?
23.
Yeah, so you grab him up and you're holding Donovich and like his feet are off the ground and just kind of squiggling all over the place and he is crying profusely, "Please don't kill my son."
He needs a week of sleep.
My way. How far am I from the stairwell? The
You
ladder?
are 35 feet away.
It's gonna be my whole turn to get down there. I'm gonna cast Crown of Madness on Donovan.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Has he not lost his mind already from this whole thing? Okay.
Okay, so he gets a save, right?
Oh, wisdom save, yes.
Okay. Oh, Jesus. Donovich rolled a nat 1.
Yay! Are you using the dice Kurt bought you?
No, screw that. That X dice.
So it was really scary.
Of madness on Donovich. Wow.
And then I'll use my move action to go as far as I can towards the hole.
Okay.
Huh? Yeah, you got enough.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was about fine.
Maisel, what would you like to do?
I ended up not going to grow my blood for 20 days.
So you're down in the undercroft, and Calwin had just shot a silver crossbow bolt at Doru, but missed.
But miss. Oh, I plan on shooting. Oh no, my silver is a short sword. I'm going to cross the dungeon and attack him with a silver short sword.
Okay.
Spider on the front of it, and I didn't see what it was, so I was walking.
So how
and I
far
just
is that
saw a
movement?
picture
I
of
can't
spider,
tell.
and
25 feet.
It scared me pretty
It's
bad.
the full 20. It's 25 to get to him to get in melee.
Even then,
Correct.
it still scared me.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what
will be barely able to get out of his way.
Then it's like,
Okay.
your world shrinks to
That's okay, I'm gonna do it anyway. Why not?
Okay.
get panicked.
Go ahead and make your attack.
Second one.
And you have to.
I missed two! That's an 8 to hit. Boo.
Least distressing thing and do it. And then
Boo.
So don't forget. You are using a short sword, right?
that's how you get over it, though.
Correct.
I know.
Can I use my inspiration for her?
Let me.
Well, I have inspiration. I'm gonna use it myself. Thank you.
So the reason why I ask is because short swords are a finesse weapon. So if you would like, you can use your dexterity modifier if it's higher.
When you got scared of needles.
Let's see.
No, there was no needles. It was more of
My dex is
family
+2,
problem.
so that gives me what, 10?
You don't have to tell
But it's still a miss. But I mean, if you're
I used my inspiration from my last game
Uh-huh.
to try again.
okay, go ahead. And that means you get to roll with advantage. Go ahead.
Okay. Please be better than 8. Okay, now it's 17.
That hits.
Because I told them I
Okay.
don't like spiders.
And
So that's like.
that is, let's see, 4, and I don't know if there's added damage because it's silver.
It means he'll take normal damage from
And I
it.
was just scared of the stuffed spider.
Takes normal damage.
And I wouldn't touch
So, that'd be 4. Sorry, I'm having a hard time hearing
Oh,
you.
wait.
I'm picking up a lot of background.
Yeah, there's a lot of background. So can we? I'm sorry. So vampire spawn. Silver's not a big deal to them. They are resistant to necrotic, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical attacks. So he will take half damage. What did you get for damage?
It was 4, so he only takes 2.
Okay.
And then can I use my last 5 feet to back away?
Yes. He hasn't gone yet, so he does not. So Mike has Donovich in a bear hug up off the ground, and Carrie's has cast Crown of Madness on him and ordered him to go watch his son Doru be killed. What would you like to do?
Even better.
I'm gonna go towards the downstairs, and I guess if I can make it to the door, close the door behind me.
Okay, so
I want him to go see that. That's mean.
so 50 feet, you could go into the room and close the door
And that's my whole.
and get down the ladder.
Really?
You should lock
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
Can it be locked from the
I
inside?
don't- Yeah, probably not. I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, so you close the door and get down into the.
I like how you're gonna slowly try to convert us to be good.
You all were a bunch of edgelords until you ran into like a intellectually disabled shopkeeper, and then you all took.
I know my character appreciates that.
Steps forward and makes 2 attacks on Maisel. One with his claws and one with his bite. Oh, nat 20 with the claws.
That cat seems really sad about it.
You're a whiner, I can tell.
For 9 points of slashing damage.
Because the cat wants to get out. And we don't want him out because mountain lions.
Actually, he's just going to make another claw attack. But he misses with a 10.
Great.
Because what got my second cat when she was a kitten was one of those.
Pepperell, what would you like to do?
I will move up in the near side of melee combat.
Okay. Like here.
And for bonus action, Hexblade's Curse the Vampire.
Okay.
The cat just makes it look better.
And then my regular will be my cantrip Word of Radiance, excluding the party member, so just damaging the vampire. It's con DC 14.
Okay. 16 to save.
So he takes nothing.
Boo.
Then I will do nothing else. I'll stand there and stare at him. Life goal, you know.
Like, hey, Doru, you want to go make out? Want to give me a
Kind of
hickey?
sparkly and pale.
No. He is not. He is not a Twilight vampire.
He will be once we're done
Perception.
with his makeover.
It's perception.
I think 30 days of night.
Right.
That's all. I'm done.
Rogar.
All right, I'm gonna go swinging.
All right, you're moving up and attacking.
Yep.
Screw you, Doro.
All right. Does a 14 hit?
It misses.
It misses. All right. Second
Yep.
attack.
Do you have a second attack at third level?
I do. I guess second attack. I think it's 2. It's somewhere in the beginning.
No, you don't get an extra attack until 5th level.
What? Ah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess that's it.
Okay. Chi Sim. So I'm sorry. On the vampire's turn, Mike Donovich is trying to complete his goal due to the crown of madness. Do you let him go?
No, don't.
Yeah.
Okay. So, he uses he does a dash action, gets down and kneels, like just drops to his knees on the floor in the undercroft, and is sobbing and begging you not to kill his son. Chi Sim, what would you like to do? Okay. Make a grapple check. So it's a strength check.
Hopefully I'm stronger than the priest.
Probably.
I don't know. As a lonely rogue. Nat 20.
Oh.
Wow.
So yeah, you just go up behind him and cover his eyes. Calvin, what would you like to do?
I would like to take my hempen rope and run behind the vampire and try and loop his legs in the rope.
Okay.
Now that's
Does that
not
make
something
sense?
you hear
It
every
does.
day.
Because I'm obviously not going to be able to shoot him with anything. So I might as well try something else. Would that be dexterity to try?
I'm gonna say it's a sleight of hand check because you're trying to be stealthy about it.
Okay.
I tend to do that a lot. It doesn't hurt, it's just my first reaction.
Normal roll.
Yep.
I got a 19.
Nice. Yeah. So you were able to loop this rope around Doru's ankles.
Okay, and then I would like to, whatever movement I have left, run to the largest person and hand them the rope.
Let's see here. You don't have any movement left, but you can reach around and hand the rope to Rogar.
Okay.
Okay, so he hands you this rope that's now tied around Doru's ankles.
Oh, great.
Mike, what would you like to do? Seems like everybody's joined the party down in the basement. It's a rave.
I guess in the party
Yeah, there's a
downstairs.
rope. Somebody's tied up. I have a pie.
I don't think the vampire's gonna eat the pie.
No, that's okay.
I'll eat the pie.
We can have the pie.
You're like, to hell with this. I'll eat the pie. So does Mike want to run to the basement?
I mean, there's stairs, and you shouldn't run downstairs, so sure.
So what is Mike's movement? What's his speed?
30? feet is 30.
So if you dashed, you could get down into the undercroft.
How did I get?
Sure, I'll do that.
Okay.
Not sure how I do most things. I just go with it.
Okay. Carries the third. You are at the top of the stairs. There's all these people running past you into the basement. What would you like to do?
I will move down and slide across the back wall.
Okay.
And take a look at what's going on before I make my action. What is happening with the priest?
So the priest is standing over next to the stair, or next to the ladder. And Chi Sim is behind him and has covered up his eyes so that he can't see what's going on.
I will release my control of Crown of Madness on him.
Okay.
And in turn, I will cast Maximilian. Wait, what's the ground? Is it stone or earth?
It's like broken cobblestone, so there's earth in between the stones that you can see.
Okay, that'll work. I'll cast Maximilian's Earthen Grasp.
Okay.
A big old hand comes out again.
It's just a bunch of SCP entries.
Strength saving throw.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But I know they have Josie the half cat in here. And that's one of my favorite. It's a SCP that they let roam around. One of the few ones that are allowed to. Yeah, it's harmless. It just doesn't like it since it's a half cat. It doesn't have its back half. It doesn't like if
Okay,
you
so
try to grab your
strength saving throw. What's your spell save DC?
But it acts like it's has its
I
back
believe
half.
it's 14.
Otherwise,
So Doru gets a 19 to save.
Damn.
just like how they let
Well, then that's turn.
SCP-999 around.
So, hold on. Let me look at this.
Very friendly.
Let me look at that spell, see if
Everything. Never
anything else
resort to
happens.
violence.
So, on a failed save, you would take 2d6 bludgeoning damage and is sustained.
It's not really a monster. It's just a cute little orange wall.
No, he sidesteps your muddy hand.
Yeah, and I can concentrate on it and try again on my next turn.
Okay. Maisel, what would you like to do?
I would like to cast Shatter.
Ooh. Oh man. Hold on here.
But what's the space for that? How close is everybody? Oh, there's two. Never mind. I don't. They're too close. I can't do Thunder Wave either. Darn it. Never
Yeah,
mind.
I was gonna say, wow, Shatter. That's you're not messing around.
I wasn't looking at the Twitch. I think I was just stuck on the Skype. Never mind. So I'm gonna do Dissonant Whispers instead.
Okay.
But I'm gonna.
He gets a wisdom save, I believe.
He gets 13.
He gets a 15. Does he take half damage?
Okay. Hold on. Yes.
Completely lost my train of thought.
Why am I rolling so poopy? So he only takes 5.
Okay. These paladins need to start using Divine Strike.
That's what I'm gonna do once I get over there.
Is there anything that Maisel wants to do with her bonus action or movement?
I really don't have anything I could do for my bonus action, and I can't move without attack of opportunity, right?
Right.
So I think I'm stuck.
Okay. Okay.
I'm good.
Helga, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna look at the board real quick. Let's see. This the bad guy?
This is the bad guy.
Okay, let's see.
It's the vampy looking man.
What do you think? Think I can whack him?
Yeah, you can whack him.
Roll good. No, didn't roll good. Alright. I got 10 altogether.
Nope, that's a miss.
Damn it.
Anything with a bonus action or move.
I'm gonna call. Who cast the Madness Crown?
That would be Carries the third, but he released concentration on it.
I'm still gonna call him a jerk. That was like very uncool, Mr. What I'll say.
Oh no, the lawful good paladin is called Carries the third a jerk.
I'll do a shame.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
On his turn, Donovich continues to plead and tries to break loose from Chi Sim. Chi Sim, make a strength check.
Stop struggling, or I'm going to either A, have to intimidate you, or B, kill you.
Resistance is
Death is intimidating.
$14?
Yeah, he only got a 2. So the vampire spawn
Start releasing like parts there's a couple of YouTube channels
is going to attempt to multi-attack, a bite attack and a claw attack, or claw attack and a bite attack on Rogar.
Yeah.
And misses the claw attack with a 12. And so he's going to make a second claw attack with a 21. Nope. And that misses Rogar. Pepperell Doohickey, what would you like to do?
Nope, my guy's almost invincible.
Disengage action, move straight back to the limit of a wall or my movement of 30.
Okay, but if you move, he'll get an attack of opportunity.
Disengage action.
Oh,
and
disengage
move
action.
straight back.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So, let's see here. I can put you over there.
That's good.
Okay.
That's all. I don't have a bonus consumption, just getting out of there.
Okay. Rogar, what would you
Done.
like to do?
Has the guy we're trying to kill taken any damage?
He did, but he healed it. So he is a vampire. The only way that he will not regenerate is if he takes radiant damage or damage from holy water.
Hey, you have some holy
Divine
water?
strike.
Yeah, I have to divine strike it. Okay.
You're probably going to want to hit him pretty big.
Yes.
Use
Well, I
the
can
rope and make
because I
it
got
prone.
my long sword of sharpness, so good there. I think. All right. Well, let's try attacking.
Okay.
19.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yay!
Alright, so I am going to swing with the long sword of sharpness. I hit for 10, and then I'm going to add on a divine smite.
So he takes 10.
And then an additional 6. So 6 radiant, 10 slashing.
Oh, and you have the rope, which you can pull with a bonus action.
I'm going to pull the rope.
Okay, make a strength check.
21.
He only got a 16. So you bring your sword Now, did you? So, for what level Divine Strike did you do?
Level 1.
And how many d8s did you roll?
Just 2. Yeah, I got
Roll a
2.
third one because he's undead.
Hey, roll. That's gonna be another 2.
Okay. Then Rogar with his left hand yanks the rope, and Doru falls prone. All attacks on him will be made with advantage.
Yay!
Pepperell, or I'm sorry, Chi Sim, what would you like to do? Are you going to continue to restrain Donovich?
Yes.
Okay.
Do I need to make another check?
Yeah, go ahead and make another strength check. Oh man, Donovich is a weakling.
7?
You beat his 3.
Okay. I'm gonna move this out of the way.
All right, Calvin, what would you like to do? I think Calvin said that he was going to be right back. Mike, what would you like to do?
I also have the color tails. He also plays basically
Moral dilemma.
Yeah, like, there's not much Mike can do.
Well, you could run up and make a melee attack
Find some more
at
water.
advantage.
Sure, I can do that.
Mike, smash a lot.
I appreciate you like properly.
Oh, of advantage. Never mind. Hold on. 22?
Yeah, that hits. So he will take half damage from your attack.
Even if like if they release basically the exact same cards with different names in the next section. Okay.
4 damage being already halved.
Okay. All right.
It grows pumpkins faster. Yeah.
Carries the third. What would you like to do?
I will I will maintain my control with the grasp and attempt to grab him again.
Okay, so he gets a dex save, right?
Strength save.
Strength save. Hold on here.
And it needs to be below 14.
Okay. Yep, he only rolled a 6. Well, 9 total.
Nice.
So roll
2d6
bludgeoning damage.
So does that Earth Grasp qualify as incapacitated?
No. It qualifies as restrained, so all attacks against him will be at advantage, and the bludgeoning damage will count as magical.
which is 8.
8. All right. Okay.
And he is restrained.
Yes. Maisel, what would you like to do?
While he's restrained, I'm just gonna start wailing on him with my short sword.
Okay, go for it. You have advantage.
Finally, grab.
Okay.
19 hits.
Okay. That was a nat 20.
Oh, double damage.
Double damage. So, why am I whipping my damage rolls? So that 12.
Okay. Nice.
And that's it.
And Helga. Like how you guys are just standing around this poor kid, boot moshing him to death while his father watches or listens.
Yeah.
We're heroes.
I'm gonna give him a little bit of heroin when it's all said and done.
Here, eat this pie.
Pretty much.
We're
He's gonna feel
evil
good.
heroes.
I rolled like crap again, so ignore me.
You missed again.
Yeah, 9 altogether.
Okay. So Donovich is going to try one last time to break free of G-Sim. It only gets a 9.
20. Soft.
Okay. The Doru is going to.
The little effect of like, here's a new creature type.
Not too much.
Yeah, it is just adorable.
So Doru is going to make a strength check versus Carries the Third's spell save DC, trying to break away from the earthen grasp, and fails with a 12.
Yay!
Pepperell Doohickey, what would you like to do?
I'm going to cast Witch Bolt on him, and I think that's an advantage because he's still restrained.
Correct.
Woohoo! Best roll 25.
Yeah, that hits.
For 18 points plus my Hexblade Curse, so 20 points of lightning.
Nice. Yeah. Now you're cooking with gas.
And then I'll just, it's concentration, so I'll just stay where I am.
Okay. Rogar.
I am going to. Is he still knocked down?
Yeah, he's restrained, and you have advantage on your attack.
Oh, beautiful.
Do
Alright,
another,
I'm gonna swing him
divine
again. Okay, does an 18 hit?
It does.
Sweet. Okay, do this again.
So level 1 divine smite is going to be 3d8.
Okay. So there's 11 slashing.
Jesus. And then how much?
3d8.
Yep.
20.
Jesus.
20 radiant.
Yeah, so he's not going to regen that.
I did max damage.
Yeah.
I can't believe that just happened.
Yeah. Yeah. Chi-Sim, are you going to continue holding Donovich? Okay.
I guess it wasn't max damage.
Ooh, he got an 18.
It wasn't max damage, it was 767.
Still, that's
I can't believe that
that's
happened.
If I can keep restraining him. Or not, because I got a 9.
okay. So we'll deal with that. Is Calvin back?
Well, as a free
Yeah,
action, I'm gonna yell.
What would you like to
Somebody
do?
get him!
You have advantage on any attack you make.
I would like to take a shot with the whip
Okay.
at the kid.
Okay.
Okay, a 6
I'd like to
probably
take a
doesn't hit.
shot at the kid with the whip. Like every parent has ever said that.
I think Carrie says
wait.
that just about every day with all 4.
I got a bunch of them. The first roll was a 6, but it's with advantage, right?
Yep.
So a 21.
That hits.
Right.
Okay, total damage of 12.
Okay.
And for my second action, my bonus action, I'd like to try and pickpocket him.
Okay. Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
Oh wait, is he trying to pickpocket the kid in the dungeon?
Would that be with advantage?
Yeah.
He's got nothing. He's been locked up for.
He steals from the other rogue all the time. He just has like
Yeah.
an
Would it be
issue.
with
He
advantage?
stole a book from
Yes.
me when I asked everybody, hey, Okay, do you want a book?
16.
He can't help himself.
You, out of a pocket, you pickpocket a small field mouse that is unconscious, and you see a couple of puncture wounds in it that he's been feeding on this mouse.
Vampire field mouse.
Yes.
I'm going to save this one for Pepperell.
Hey Pepperell, I got you a pet. Mike, what would you like to do?
Just keep it out of the sun.
Yeah.
Vampire's still kicking?
He is.
Well, I guess I'll try to make it less kicky.
You have advantage. He's still restrained.
$24 to hit.
Yep.
Half damage is 8.
Okay. Wow. Good hit. And carries the third.
I will maintain my earthen grasp, which allows him to do a strength save again.
Okay. Nope. He gets a 7.
Cool. 2 more d6 for you. 9 damage.
Ouch. Okay. And Maisel.
I'm going to continue to be boring and just stab it with my short sword.
Okay. I personally never find stabbing to be boring.
It's 11 to hit.
Nope, that's a
This
miss.
priest doesn't get out of here. I'm gonna
that
start
with
stabbing
advantage?
him.
Sadly, yes, that was with advantage
Oof.
because I rolled a nat 1 the first time.
Oh, good not to have that.
Helga.
Yeah,
What would
it
you
was
like?
11.
Gonna try and whack him again?
I think I'll try and grapple the priesty guy so that he doesn't have to see his son get murdered.
Well, you're the.
I
So-
rolled a 1.
Oh.
Don't worry, I'm gonna intimidate him.
I don't
Either that
know.
or I'm gonna start stabbing him.
I don't have any other dice.
So Helga runs over, tries to grapple Donovich, and trips and falls into Donovich, and he ends up just holding her and sobbing into her armor.
Oh, poor guy. I'll give him
Love
a
at
little pat.
first sight.
And the vampire spawn is going to, with disadvantage, reach out and try to make a claw attack on Maisel. And miss with a 12. I mean, I'm assuming that 12 misses.
That is a fail.
Okay. Pepperell Doohickey.
I'm gonna maintain my witch bolt for another die 12 because I don't even got to roll the hit anymore.
Nope.
Any art princes are on this little rack right here.
Total lightning of 4 more points, but it's better than 0.
Okay. Rogar.
Alright. Man, these attacks come around quick.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna swing at him.
Okay.
So, another 19.
Yeah, that is. Pile on that damage.
And then, sword hits for 14.
The power of the thunder compels you.
That's 3, right?
And stab him through the chest. And you guys see a bright, radiant light, and you can see what looks like sunlight coming out of Doru's eyes, mouth, and nose. And he just crumbles to dust and dies.
Yay!
Now,
Yeah. And there was much rejoicing, except for the priest that's crying in the
no,
corner.
I'm gonna go walk over to the priest and stuff his mouth full of a piece of pie.
Okay. All right. So, Donovich, you stuff, and Donovich calms down, And that's where we will leave off for this week.
Wow.
Yay.
I'd like to walk over to Pepperell and congratulate him on
Taking things, he's now sliding stuff into his pockets.
So Pepperell now
This isn't
has
like
a dead
cocaine
or a
right now.
half-dead mouse in his pocket. Is
I
that a
got
half-dead
a
mouse in your
17.
pocket? Or are you just happy to see it? So we will pick this up next week, and I will let you guys know by Wednesday evening whether we are going to be doing it on Roll20 or continuing as we have.
Alrighty.
All right?
Good.
And of course,
Thanks,
Ruger
guys.
is welcome to play in Strahd anytime. All right. Have a good one, guys. See you next week.